Okay, the recording is in progress. Good morning, world. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Super excited to be here on this program. Again, we are live on this regular program we call the Wealth Secrets Mindset Mentorship class. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I know that this is your regular program every single day. We're broadcasting live from our own side, Wealth Secrets Mindset Mentorship. And what we do here is that we educate, equip you, and nourish you with all the necessary resources and information that will help you mentally to live the very best of your life. Super excited to be here. I'm your regular host. My co-host too is in the house, the person of Coach Dan. We're about to get started with today. And amazing thing again is that we are talking about how to get better in your life, get better in your finances, in your marriage, in your relationship, how to be stronger, not just getting better, but to ensure that you're having the best of your life ever. We begin a teaching series on how to get better, get stronger, and get going. Yesterday, we talked about something very interesting on how you can get going. Ladies and gentlemen, to get going in life is that you have to start taking some actions, all right? We talk about how you're going to take those actions, talking about stop doing those things, cleaning up what I call neglect. We all have different neglect lists. Neglect list could be like, I could have done this, I should have done this, I might have done this. These are all forms of neglect. So our advice to you is that you need to start taking care of those smaller disciplines. And those smaller disciplines are what we eventually count for what you're hoping to achieve or become in life. So ladies and gentlemen, smaller disciplines, they matter a whole lot, because at the end of it all, everything affects everything else, all right? Those things you think, oh, it doesn't affect, it doesn't matter, they eventually can't, and they matters after all right? So we're going to be telling you that this morning we're going to be talking more on how you can also become an unstoppable force by becoming somebody that is better off who you are. So I call it get better, all right? Get better. I'll tell you in a simple term, in a simple way. Get better means that you are becoming somebody of value. To get better, you must understand that for things to get better for you, you have to get better. Now, how about you pondering over that for your mental capacity to be able to carry that? If you understand that for things to get better for you, you have to get better. I think that we can even conclude this class by just, leaving it onto that. So you are writing this morning, note that for things to get better for you, you have to get better. So it means that you're not going to be the same person thinking that you are expecting to be a better version of you. So it means that those things you already know, those things you'll be doing that you think they have kept you incarcerated or they have kept you down where you are, you have to start working on yourself. On this program, myself, Coach Dan, we've talked about those things, working on personal edification, developing you, becoming a better version of you. For things to get better, you have to get better. So how do you get better? So you have to learn how to handle those things, those difficulties, those challenges, those things that comes your way. Because to me, I call it, I use the seasonal word, like, dry season and the rainy season. That's how I use it, illustrating, tough time and, the better time, all right? So when you talk about dry season, a whole lot of things seem to be dry in this part of the world, all right? So some people call it the winter, right? In this part of this world, the dry season are time where things, start, you see things are unnecessarily expensive, people can't really, in fact, what's going on right now, we're talking about fuel scarcity in this part of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a time where those things are going to change. But that's not your own concentration. Your own concentration is that it will happen after all, because you have government, you have policies, you have people in charge that is dictating and telling you, okay, this is what's going to happen. But your focus shouldn't be that. Your focus should be that you know that this guy, as far as government is concerned, as far as setups are concerned, these things are normal after all. So the only thing that could change is that you have to be the one to change. You have to start working on yourself. You have to start looking at yourself and say, I have to become somebody of more. I have to become somebody more better than who I used to be. All right? You're somebody before, you have to get better. You start working on yourself. So you cannot change these things. You cannot change government policy. You cannot change the dry season, because the last time I checked, they have been around for centuries. That's how God created the world. You're going to have dry season. You're going to have rainy season. You're not going to be able to change those things. You cannot influence those things, because the last time I checked, everybody knows that, except you are not from this part of the world, all right, this planet. You know, you must go through those times. So by the time you start planting right now, by the time you plant right now, rainy season come, ladies and gentlemen, everything will start keep dropping. So how did it keep dropping? Start working on yourself right now. To get better, you have to, for things to get better for you, you have to start getting better. All right? You start doing the things you need to do. Start working on yourself. Start getting down to the things that you think that they don't matter. Like yesterday, I talked about, cleaning up neglect. Those things that you think will not count, they eventually can't after all. So start taking care of those smaller disciplines. I also said here on this program that every other discipline affects every other disciplines. Those things that you think it's not necessary. Those things, those little things that say, man, after I'll go back to it. Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of it. How about you start taking care of it right now? How about you start looking at those things? How about you start reading those books? How about you start paying attention to that your relationship more? How about you start giving a little piece of your time in things that matter? How about you just don't tell yourself when you get to work and say, you know what, I'm just going to keep this file here. You are letting some sort of syndrome get you down. You are doing what other people are doing. Let me tell you, you do what other people are doing, you're going to get the same kind of result they are getting. But when you do what other people are not doing, you're going to get completely different results. So you don't have to be or become what others have become. You have to become your better self. You have to work on yourself. So this morning, I'm just charging us up for us to see that for things to get better, we have to get better after all. For things to change, you have to change. So otherwise, you're just going to go on being who you are, but tell yourself that I'm going to go back and becoming a smarter person. Tell yourself, I'm going to go home to becoming a better person. All right? Going home tonight, or I said tonight, going home back this morning, or going back to your different places of work, tell yourself, I will not leave this program this morning thinking the same way. I will go out of this program becoming a better person. I will go out of this program becoming a smarter person. I will go out of this class this morning becoming a smarter person and a more a more intelligent person. All right. I will start paying attention to the things that matter. I will start paying attention to those things that I have not been paying attention to. I will start taking care of my smaller discipline. All right. Go on with more ideas. Go on with more inspiration. Go on being inspired by the things we are sharing with you on this program. All right. The other one I want to talk this morning is how to get stronger. You got to be stronger. Strong here means that you got to be strong mentally. All right. When you are stronger mentally, nothing else can get through inside of your mind. Nothing will matter after all. I'll give you an example. I tell you, yesterday I was driving just by Allen, all right? By Allen, I made a U-turn. I saw some police officers there. And when I made a U-turn, and I was actually right. I wasn't really trying to influence or do some dirty thing, of course. And I was driving, but because the police officer noticed and realized it was a new car, they were doing a road check, and they stopped me. They put me aside and said, "Okay, show us this." They saw that's a new car, obviously, and I showed them. I said, "Okay, this is who I am. This is, check it out." And the guy said, okay, so what of this, what of that? I said, you should see that this is a new car. The guy said, oh, why? I mean, it's an inspector. And all of a sudden, because I wind down, so he quickly dipped his hand into the car and opened it up, right? Open up my car, the door, and he jumped inside. So he knew that this is a new car. So he jumped inside the car. And he was like, who are you? What? I said, come on, what are we talking about that is costing all this? Who are you? And I was relaxed, a very relaxed state. And the guy started misbehaving. The boss came and I was like, okay, what do you guys want? And the boss was telling me, okay, who are you? And I identified myself. I showed my ID. I showed the things and I said, okay, what? This is a new car. And I said, okay, the boss was talking. And the other guy, which is a Jewish guy, not knowing that the guy is already drunk. Can you imagine somebody drunk on duty, wearing a uniform, and then still doing the job? And when I was about going, he started cursing me. And I said, okay, can you take me to your station? Let me go to your police station if you will not understand what I'm saying. And he called a backup to sit in my car. I was watching them. So, and the other guy, which is the other boss, said, no, don't go anywhere, wait. And the inspector said, which is the younger guy, said, I should keep going. And I said, but your boss said, wait. And the guy was misbehaving. Do you know that he almost put his hand in my face because I came down for the car. He got me so angry. I came down from the car and he was talking and, spitting out a whole lot on my face. And I was almost tempted to almost slap him. I was tempted to almost slap this guy just yesterday evening. And all of a sudden, he put his hand in my nose and I was almost doing the same thing. But something tells me, Afolabi, don't let this upset you. You know better. This guy is obviously not in his right mind, all right? So, but what if the guy now pushed me? To be honest, he pushed me. And as he pushed me, I was about pushing him back. And the other police officer came, the boss came, and people started watching. And I started telling myself, okay, inside my mind, Afolabi, okay, this is a form of distraction. You know better, just like Coach Dan said the other time, you know better. And I started working on myself, and the boss came, and the boss realized, and they knew that this guy was obviously drunk on duty. And the guy said, please don't get upset. I'm sorry, you can be on your way. It's that easy. What if I had slapped this guy? What if I had punched him? What if I have retaliated by also doing the same thing he did for me? Now, what happened there is that a lot of things will happen. They will say you slapped a man on uniform, you beat a man on uniform. But I was strong mentally. I don't allow those things to distract me because I believe they are just part of distraction. That is the moral of the story. I believe it's just part of distraction. I believe something is being set up, just to distract me or to cause some of delay because I was heading to a place, a meeting, which I needed to be there on time. So I was able to handle that mentally. I was calming my mind, knowing that I'm on my right and I'm on my, I'm doing the right thing, but I didn't let what that guy did to get me upset. Matter of fact, you can check, he put his hand pointed at my nose and he also pushed me. You can imagine that. So I could have easily retaliated. I could have easily even do the same thing, but I didn't let those things get me. I was talking to my mind. I was talking to myself. Ordinarily, if I didn't understand personal development and education, being an ex-naval officer, I would beat up on him. Normally, I would beat up on him, but I know better and I'm more stronger and I understand what it takes that this is a form of distraction because what people will capture is that you are fighting a man on uniform. So ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story again is not to tell you about my story, but just to let you know that when you are stronger mentally, distractions won't matter. They will come your way, but you will scale through it, all right? They will scale through it. So you got to be strong. So you have to develop that muscle, that stronger muscle mentally. When you develop that stronger muscle mentally, you're able to develop a courage that I call a courage muscle, okay? You develop what I call a courage muscle. And when you develop a courage muscle, you also develop an inspiration muscle, all right? Something got to inspire you. What inspires me is where I'm going. What inspires me is what I'm doing. What inspires me is the influence that I know that I have in the lives of other people. What inspires me is is what I get going, the impact I have in the life of other persons. What inspires me is the things I've been able to put down, the legacy, the integrity, the name that I've worked on. So I won't let somebody else distracted me. I won't let somebody else take that away from me. All right. So it's very, very important. It's very, very important for us to also develop what I call a dedication muscle. All right. That dedication muscle is that you are committed at the cost of what you are doing. Dedication muscle means that you are, staying put, you know what you are aiming towards, and you're able to develop. So guys, to be stronger, it has to start from the mind. All right. So I advise you, you can be stronger in language. What do I mean by stronger in language? How you communicate, how you talk to people, the way you do, how I was able to be more stronger in language when the boss of that guy came. I wasn't being rude. I just said, okay, what's your problem? In fact, I almost got laughing at some point that, okay, I think I understand. And later, but the way I was communicating, the boss realized that I know what I'm doing. And guess what happened? They had to call the guy to order. I don't know, maybe they took the uniform from him, maybe they put him to sit down later, but he was obviously misbehaving. But what about if I was also retaliating and cursing me? If this guy cursed me, he cursed my mother, cursed everything. Man on uniform, I didn't say anything. He was calling me names, but I was stronger, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, these are things that we all go through, all right? So, but we're not going to let distraction to steal the better part of our day, the better part of our life. So I'll just encourage you this morning to be strong also in your discipline. Be stronger in your discipline. What are the things you're doing that you know that, okay, this is the set goal? Like we have told you on this program every time, that you need to have a goal. You have the short time goal and the long time goal. All right. You have to be stronger in your discipline. What are you doing? Now I'm pushing it back to you right now this morning. What are the things you are working on in this week? From Monday, you set it down. These are the things I want to achieve this week. Maybe you want to achieve XYZ. Maybe there's something that is very important to you that you want to achieve. Please, ladies and gentlemen, you watching me, whether via live stream or in the community on YouTube, please be stronger in your discipline. Remember, I said it here, it is a foundation. Discipline is a foundation upon which every success is being built. You got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined. Without discipline, you cannot achieve anything. You know that it pays to be disciplined. Discipline will get you to what you want to achieve in no time. So the final word here that I'm going to share with us this morning as we're thinking of wrapping up this program today is that I will encourage you that you need to understand that repetition will help you to get better and stronger. So you keep repeating it every single day. Keep repeating that same thing you are doing. You know that you are doing something. Keep repeating it. Repetition will help you to get better and stronger every single day. But here is the key. Now, the key is not to wish that things will be easy for you. Don't wish that things will be easier. Wish you are better. All right? Don't wish things will be easier. Wish you are better. All right? So when you know that, you understand that the key is not to wish for a better time, but understanding that the key is to wish for more strength. All right? You have to wish for more strength, more wisdom, more courage to get better at the things you do, get wiser and get stronger. All right? So my take for you this morning is for you to wish to be more better, to be more stronger, to be more wiser, and in wisdom, in courage, in discipline. All right. So that's my key for you here this morning. And I hope you get that message. And I hope you will be able to start putting this to work to ensure that your day, you maximize the most of your day. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this morning, I hope you have had your note full, and I hope you've got value again for being on this program. Let nothing distract you. Let nobody steal your joy. Let nobody put you down. All right? Remember, you have to be stronger. The stronger up here. When you're stronger up here, no distraction, nothing anybody do that will count after all, because you have your set goal. You know what you are going after. I could have lost it too, but I was stronger up here. I had a meeting and I wasn't, I wasn't going to show my muscle. I wasn't going to flex that I have the power. If I punch that guy, it's just going to go down and something else could happen. People are going to capture it. People are going to say you're beating on a uniform man. He pushed me. He pointed his finger in my eye. I didn't do anything. I was stronger up here because I know that it's a form of distraction. I was pissed off. I was angry inside of me, but I was talking to myself. I was talking to my mind. Afolabi, no, this is a distraction. Know what you're doing. Know that this thing can cost a whole lot and can take a whole lot out of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got value for being on this program this morning, and I hope you can learn from people's experiences. And that's why we are here. We have in-house coach. We have people dedicated, committed to helping you, achieve your greatness, in the journey of, in your success journey. And tomorrow again, we're going to be here with our one and only person, Coach Dan, our in-house coach, and he's going to be here to give us some of those nuggets, some of those doses, as we are going to be still building up on our teaching series, Get Better, Get Stronger, and Get Wiser. All right, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow again, same time, same link on this same program, Wealth Secret Mindset Mentorship class, the class that is said to help you achieve a whole lot. And guess what? When you are changed mentally, all right, everything will change, all right? Remember, for things to get better, you have to get better, all right?